Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless the Quiz, where knowing the obvious is an actual disadvantage. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, my name's Zach, and this is Sophia, and we're housemates from Cardiff.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Jane, and this is my good friend and work colleague, Helen. I'm from Portsmouth, and Helen's from Emsworth.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Polly. This is my partner, Ian, and we're from Calderdale in West Yorkshire.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Helen, and this is my partner, Phil, and we're from Hull.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very, very warm welcome to Pointless. It's lovely to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. She's a BBC Woman's Hour presenter, but we've got her for the full day. I know, it's my pointless friend. It's Anita Rani.
I know. For every hour on the hour, I will top myself up to make sure I'm alert and ready.
Yes, that'll do it.
Look
What have you
at
got there?
these.
What are they?
I have some kind of... I think the only way to describe it would be to sort of... Right into it. And look, marshmallow biscuit, jam, chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm making a mess of the studio.
I notice you're not dipping that one.
No.
No, why would you?
I am talking with my mouth full on TV, though. Terrible.
No, that's OK. That's all right. You're allowed to. You're doing us a service. I tell you what would be really horrible.
Go on.
Getting to the bottom of a mug of tea and finding there's a little bit of marshmallow that's...
Or a bit of jammy Dodger from the other day. That's
No,
still
that'd be
there.
quite nice. I would quite like that. Thank you very much indeed, Anita. Now, Mike and you, Bun, they were very good. They were really good. And they got through to the final, and they won the jackpot. Oh. So there we are. Exactly. No, isn't that nice? Nah. Oh, well, yes. Means today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000, but it'll grow. It'll grow, Polly. They always do. So there we are. If everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. It is our custom, in fact, it's the rule, that at the end of each round, we will eliminate the pair with the highest score. So keep your scores as low as you possibly can, is what I'm saying. And best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is... songs from the past. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns... singles in the past tense, Anita.
Yes, on each pass, we're going to show you the titles of 7 UK top 40 singles, according to the official charts.com. However, we've missed out one word in each title, and that word is a verb of some kind expressed in the past tense. We're also going to give you the artists and the year that each song first made the top 40. Please give us the missing word.
There we are. We're missing past verbs in each of these song titles. Can you supply the missing verbs? Here we go. We've got 7 on our first board. And they are... I, blank, You Were Trouble, Taylor Swift, 2012. A Blossom, blank, Nat King Cole, 1955. I, blank, All Night, Cyndi Lauper, 1989. All the Things She, blank, Tattoo, 2003. I, blank, It Through the Grapevine, Marvin Gaye, 1969. Everything I Blank, Billie Eilish, 2019. And Because You Blank Me, Celine Dion, 1996. Zach, welcome back. This is your third show.
I know,
I know, it's terrible. We've somehow come to the third show already.
It's gone too quick, yeah.
It's gone far too quickly.
Very quick,
And you know what's got to happen this time?
Yes.
We've got to see you into the head-to-head and beyond.
Yes, this is the time, yeah.
This is your last chance to tell us stuff about you. The Rugby Society we learned about last time.
Yeah.
He belongs to a rugby society but doesn't play rugby. I'm not entirely sure he's up on the rules of rugby.
I will learn it, I will.
You should.
I know, I don't know if I can be bothered.
Oh, well, that's OK. But what other things? What sports do you play, Zach?
I used to swim when I was a kid.
Did you go to the swimming society?
No.
No.
I just did lessons. I never really got into races, but...
OK.
I don't know if I would have been very good. I enjoyed it.
Well, this is good.
Yeah.
Well, this is good. Zach, what about these missing words?
I think I know a couple, but then I'm second-guessing myself on a couple as well. I think I'm gonna say fourth one, and I'm gonna go said.
All the things she said for tattoo. Should we see if that's right? Should we see how many of our 100 people said? Oh, it is said. Look at that, Zach. This is the beginning of a new Pointless chapter for you. 58 for Seth. Strong start.
Yes, This reached #1 for Tattoo. They're a female duo. A couple of months after this song was released, they represented Russia in the 2003 Eurovision Song Contest, and they finished third.
Wow, good for them.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed. Anita, Helen J. We have initials after our name this time. Helen J. Tell us more about yourself, Helen. It's lovely to have you back on Pointless.
I enjoy sketching, watercolours,
Do you know?
but I can only draw things I can see, so I've got no imagination. So if you...
But I think that's fair enough.
Thank you, yes.
It's much more fun. Then you've got something to compare it to.
Yes.
Yeah, quite right. When you sketch, do you sketch in charcoal? Do you sketch in a soft 2B pencil?
Maybe a 4B or a 6B.
4B, oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
4B is my pencil of choice.
Pencil of choice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lovely pencil.
Yes.
It's a lovely pencil. What's your favourite sketch to date?
I probably would say Venice. So I did one of the many canals, but I got sort of gondola and
very
I think it
nice.
captured it well. Yeah.
And you were there. You were there, bobbing about as you sketched.
I take photographs
Ah, very good.
and then do it.
Fair enough. Now, Helen, what are you going to go for here?
So I probably know 3 or 4, and then I don't know a couple. I'm going to say third one down. I drove all night.
I drove all night, says Helen. Let's see how many of our 100 said drove. Drove is right. Well, 58 is the only score we have at the moment, and you pass it. We have a high score and a low score. 27 is our low score. Well done.
Yeah, well done. It's a great song. Love a bit of Cyndi Lauper. In the 1980s, Cyndi Lauper helped raise the profile of WWE wrestling, which was known as WWF back then, with the rock and wrestling connection, using wrestlers in her videos, which brought the sport to MTV.
Well, lots of things I didn't know there.
Yeah, so Cyndi Lauper is to thank for the popularity of
WWF/E. Yeah,
exactly.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Polly, welcome back. It is your third show as well.
Yes.
Heavens above. We better get some bunting out and make the most of this show. Polly, tell us more about yourself.
We have both played with the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra.
When did you do that?
One Saturday morning in Media City, it was a project called Docs Unlocked, and you could play any instrument. So there was a string section, a brass section, a woodwind section, and a miscellaneous section, which, along with Ian took his ukulele, I took my piano accordion.
Oh, yeah. So you took your accordion?
Yes.
You do play the flute, don't
Yes,
you?
I do.
Yes,
I took the flute as well, but I chose to play the piano. I didn't want to be in the woodwind section.
No, no.
The miscellaneous had us two, a banjo, a guitar and a samba band.
That's
Motley miscellaneous, yes.
That's fun. What did you play?
You had to learn a rhythm, and in actual fact, if you could just play one note on your instrument, you could have joined in. But you could make more of it. The composer was there, and he said, Ian worked out the chord sequence. I worked out a kind of a riff I could play that existed on these notes, and then you just played when you were brought in. And then the BBC Philharmonic obviously played a lot of other things, and then there was a poem being specially written and a song.
Did it sound fabulous?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Oh,
glorious.
do you have the hair standing up on your arm? It must have been amazing. Goosebumps, that's the word. Polly, what are you going to go for?
The only one I know is I heard it through the grapevine.
I heard it through the grapevine for Marvin Gaye. Let's see how many of our 100 said heard. Heard is right. 79 for heard.
Apparently, he was told to sing slightly higher than his normal range to add emotion and heartbreak to his voice. Can you believe that someone actually told Marvin Gaye how to sing?
He was young. He was young then.
Yeah.
I imagine
Marvin
later
Gaye.
on, no.
There's
Very
only
gaudy,
one.
telling him to sing up a bit. I can't
Can
sing.
you? No, it's
I
like
can't
telling
sing.
you how to sing. Yeah. Oh, no.
I long for people to tell me how to sing. Oh, just imagine. Thank you very much indeed. Phil,
Yes.
welcome to Pointless. How exciting.
Hello.
Look, we've got new people you see, Anita.
Hello, new people. Hi.
Tell us all about yourself, Phil.
Yes, I'm an operations supervisor for a horticulture company. So anything to do with commercial greenhouses we do, so...
Very good indeed.
Yeah, so-
what are your interests, Phil?
Interests, I like music, like going to see live music, so...
Do you say loud music?
Well, loud and live, yeah.
Oh, live music is loud, yes. Go and see live. Well, it's all the same thing.
It's usually loud.
Do you actually like gardening when you leave your horticultural place of work?
I'm not a gardener myself,
No.
but...
I see.
yeah.
I see. Very good.
It's good to see things grow and
Well, it is.
provide food.
And also, you know, maybe you'll come round to it eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
When the loud music moves on. Phil, you're the last person to have this
Yes.
board. Do you want to talk us through it and fill in all the blanks?
I'm really struggling. They're the only ones I knew, to be fair. I think I'll go with the top one and say I knew you were trouble.
I knew you were trouble gets a nod from Helen. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said it. I knew. I knew you were trouble is absolutely right. Well, 69 is what you scored for that.
Oh, this is a juicy gossip fact. Taylor Swift has said it's a song about being heartbroken but frustrated because you saw all the red flags in someone but went ahead anyway. It's been reported that this song was about Harry Styles.
Heavens above. Now we are.
Let's have a look at the rest of the board. A blossom fell.
Nice.
3. And then right down to Billie Eilish. Everything I wanted.
Wanted. I didn't know that, but I'm
7.
going to pretend I did. Yeah.
And then Celine Dion, Because You...
Loved me.
Yes,
Because
of
you loved me.
course.
Yes.
38.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. Now, 27. Helen, Jay and Jane. Turns out that's the best score of the past, so very, very well done indeed. Then we travel from there to 58, where we find Zach and Sophia. From there to 69, where we find Phil and Helen S. And from there up to 79, where we find Polly and Ian. Now, Ian, you're a little bit ahead there. This is your third and final show. We cannot say goodbye to you at the end of this round. Let's hope there's a lovely low score on the next board that you and only you know. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more clues up on the board. They are all singles with titles in the past tense, and we've left the past tense verb out. I just blank to say I love you, Stevie Wonder, 1984. Have you ever blank someone so bad, Def Leppard, 1992. Then he blank me, The Crystals, 1963. Oops, I blank it again, Britney Spears, 2000. Somebody blank my gal, Johnny Ray, 1953. I blank a song, Mae Muller, 2023. And My Eyes Blank You, Frankie Valli, 1975. There we are. Helen S.
Hi.
Welcome to Point. It's great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a midwife and I just celebrated working for the NHS for 25 years last month.
Gosh, well done, you. 25 years.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's a lot of babies. I mean, you get to see that extraordinary moment so many times.
It's an absolute
so many
privilege, yeah.
times. Does it ever fade in significance?
Never.
It must be
I
extraordinary.
did spend the first couple of years crying at every birth. I'm
I
just
bet.
15 years in, I get over that now. But yeah, it's magical every time and a privilege.
Amazing. And what do you do for fun, Helen?
I have 2 children and a dog who love to go to the beach, so we often go there most weekends and lots of fun there. Anything to do with the water, really. We love to sail and swim.
Very nice indeed. Now, you are on 69. Should you score 9 or less, even at this early stage of the pass, you'd be through to round 2. What are you going to go for?
So the last board would have been better for me. I'll probably say I wrote a song, Mae Muller, just because it was from the Eurovision, wasn't it?
OK, I wrote a song, Mae Muller. Let's see how many of our 100 said wrote. Here is your red line. Mae Muller did indeed write a song. And down that goes to 31. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to a lovely round 100. Beautiful.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It was the UK's entry in the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest, and it came 25th out of the 26 entries, beating Germany. Robbed. She was, not Germany.
Thank you very much indeed, Anita. Now, Ian, welcome back. Great to have you with us again for this third and final time. So what did you play in this great philharmonic?
I was playing ukulele.
You were playing ukulele.
Yes,
it was your
indeed.
bass ukulele, was it?
No, just the ordinary
the regular ukulele.
Yes,
The regular.
yes, yes,
Anyway,
yes.
tell us more about yourself, Ian.
When I was a journalist, I was an arts writer for many years, and I, if I may name drop, I had a stand-up row with Laurence Olivier.
Did you? What did you have that over?
Well, I was chatting to Donald Pleasance on a film set.
As one does, as one does, yes. He wasn't even in the film, but you know.
And I didn't realise that where I was standing, a camera was going to back out of a yard and turn and film Donald Pleasance. And so Laurence Olivier came up to me as director of this film and started yelling at me. And as a young reporter, I said, "What's the matter with you? I'm not in the shot."
And he said, "How dare you?"
Indeed, we had a big row, and
Wow.
I lost my chance to interview him that day.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
At least you lost that and not your temper.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
well done. Of
But
all
I
the
did
things
get
to lose.
thrown off a film set, which I mean,
That's quite something to be able to boast. Well, listen, that's a good anecdote to dine out on. And a stand-up row. It's very good.
Oh,
So-
yes.
So much better than a sit-down.
absolutely.
Ian, you are on 79. 20 or less gets you through How do we like this board?
Right. Well, I think I'll go for the third one down, then he kissed me.
Then he kissed me, the crystals. Let's see how many of our 100 people said kissed. Here is your red line. Kissed is right. This is very good. Down you go to 54. Have you done enough? Let's hope so. Takes your total up to 133.
It reached number 2 in the charts. It was covered by the Beach Boys a few years later as Then I Kissed Her, and that went to number 4. Great little pop song.
Thank you very much indeed, Anita. And now we come to you, Jane. Welcome back, Jane. Great to have you with us a second time. Tell us more about yourself.
Well, I like 1970s, a lot to do with the 1970s. So I've got a 1976 Mini Clubman,
Very
1275
nice.
GT.
Fair. Do you know what I would love to do if I had a Mini? Is I'd put a few extra bits of wood in and paint it like a Tudor house. Have a mock Tudor car. White with black timber.
It's very sporty.
Very sporty. Very nice indeed. What other 70s?
We've got a jukebox and a one-armed bandit in our kitchen.
In your kitchen? Yeah. That's spectacular.
So when we were working from home,
Yeah.
and we'd had Zoom calls, our one-armed bandit would be behind me. So everybody would be,
superb.
oh, what's that? Takes old pennies.
Excellent. Ka-ching. Now, Jane, great news for you. You're through to the next round, even if you score 100 points, which I happen to know you won't. But what would you like to go for?
Well, I kind of have an idea for quite a few of them, and I'll have a little bit of a guess and say, for Johnny Ray, Somebody Stole My Girl.
Somebody stole my gal. Should we see if stole is right? No red line, you're already through. It is stole. That's a risk worth taking. Very well done indeed. Jane, and down goes to 25. Very well done. 52, your total.
Yes, excellently played. It reached number 6 in the chart. Johnny Ray's biggest hit in the UK was Just Walking in the Rain, which spent 7 weeks at number 1. And I love that you've got an old Mini. I've had a couple of old Minis.
Have you?
Yes, and it broke down on the motorway on the M20, and I phoned my dad, and he said, well, that's the fun of having an old Mini.
Definitely.
See, that's why dads are so
Dads
good.
are great.
Thank you very much indeed. Sophia, welcome back to Pointless for show 3. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Sophia.
In my spare time, if I'm with my family or friends and I'm home, I quite like to go to the theatre. And I actually went last week, I went and watched Back to the Future, which was really interesting.
How did you enjoy that?
It was good. It was interesting because I've watched the film, obviously, and I was like, how are they going to put that on the theatre? But it was cool. I liked it.
And the car comes, I think, comes flying out of the audience.
It does. I was very surprised. We were
How did
there.
they do it?
I don't know. It even went upside down at
Really?
one point. And that was probably the highlight of the show.
Wow.
But yeah.
Very exciting. Now, Sophia, you were on 58.
Yes.
We have to get you through to the next round. You have to score 74 or less. Can you talk us through the board?
There's obviously Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again. Top one, I could guess Wanted to Say I Love You. Have you ever loved someone so bad? These are complete guesses. Loved someone so bad. And My Eyes Caught You.
What are you thinking?
I think I'm going to go with the first and say I Just Wanted to Say I Love You.
I just wanted to say I love you, says Sophia. Wanted. Well, it's a guess. Let's hope it's a good one. There is your red line. Can we get you below that with wanted? No! I'm afraid it's not wanted. But wanted would be lovely. I'm afraid that scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 158.
I'm sad. You've brought so much joy.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to talk us through the board?
I just called.
Yeah.
to say I love
78. High scorer. Next.
Have you ever needed someone so bad?
Absolutely. Lowest on the board for 2 points. And then...
I did it again.
It is. It's Britney Spears, 87. And then the last one, Frankie Valli.
I'm going to guess it's Saw.
Adored.
What was that?
Adored.
Adored.
Polly, absolutely.
there we are.
Adored is right.
Adored.
16 points. Well done if
There
you
we
got
are.
those at home.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed, Anita. That brings us to the end of our first round. It means we have to say goodbye to our first pair of the afternoon. Sophia and Zach, I can't bear this.
I know.
It's your third show.
Yeah.
This is where we part ways. It's been such fun having you on. I'm
Thank you.
sorry we
It's
haven't
been
seen
lovely.
more of you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been terrific. Thank you so much for coming to play. Sophia and Zach.
Thank you.
Fabulous work.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. Well done, everybody. You covered yourselves in glory in that round. Jane, particularly, our lowest individual scorer. And, in fact, Jane and Helen, our lowest combined scorers. So very well done on the near podium. But best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round 2 today is tennis champions. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And let us find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many surnames of women's Grand Slam singles champions that contain the letters W, T, or A as they could. Anita.
Yep, we're moving on to different types of singles now. We're looking for the surname of any woman who's won a Grand Slam singles title in tennis that contains any of the letters W, T or A, these being the letters that stand for the Women's Tennis Association. So that's the surname of any woman who's won a singles tournament at Wimbledon, the US, French or the Australian Open from the beginning of the Open era in 1968 up to July 2023. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Helen, do you follow tennis?
I've been to Wimbledon.
There you are. That's my question answered.
Tickets in the ballot.
There we are. OK, very good indeed. So, Helen, what are you going to go for?
I've got two. One, I think, is probably... I'm not convinced she actually won. I think she was always the runner-up, the bridesmaid. I'm going to go Steffi Graf.
OK, Steffi Graf, you are saying we only need the surname, so Graf we're going to go for. Graf, how many people said that? Graf is right. And down he goes to 36. 36 for Graf.
Yes, Helen, not only was she not the bridesmaid, she won 22 Grand Slam singles titles, and in 1988, she won all 4, as you do. Brilliant player. Well
Thank you very much indeed, Anita. Now, Ian.
Right, I think I'll go for Davenport.
Davenport, says Ian. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Davenport? Davenport is right. Well, 36 is where we ended up with Graf. Davenport takes us past 36, and down he goes to 1. Very well done indeed, Ian. Fabulous work.
Yeah, great answer there, Ian. Lindsay Davenport, letters T and A, of course. She won 3 Grand Slam singles titles. She also won a gold medal at the Atlanta Olympics.
Thank you very much indeed, Anita. Now, Phil.
Yep. Not bad subjects for me.
Good.
I think there was one called Halep.
Halep, says Phil. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Halep? Halep is right. 36 is our high score, 1 is our low. 1 still is our low. Very well done indeed, Phil. 1 for Halep.
Yes, yes, yes. Good bit of sporting knowledge there. Romanian Halep won the French Open in 2018 and Wimbledon in 2019.
Thank you very much indeed. We are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores before we come back down the line. 1, the best score of the pass. Very well done, Phil and Ian. And then we travel all the way up to 36, which is where we find Helen and Jane. Jane, anything could happen in the next pass. They may not all score 1, but we'll definitely need a low score from you. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Now then, Helen, we are looking for surnames of women's Grand Slam singles champions that contain the letters W, T or A.
And I'm glad Phil scored 1 because this is not good for me. I'm more about the strawberries and cream. I'm going to go Williams.
Williams, says Helen. Well, you're looking to score 34 or less with that. Let's see. Williams, here is your red line. Williams is right. 72 for Williams, taking your total up to 73.
I mean, what a pair they are. Serena and Venus Williams, of course. Between them, they've accumulated 30 Grand Slam singles titles. Serena's retired, but Venus competed in the 2023 US Open 26 years after her debut. They're magnificent.
Indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Anita. Now, Polly, you need to score 71 or less.
I'm very lucky because the first time this lady won Wimbledon, she wouldn't have been an answer, but she got married and came back, and her surname was Corley.
Corley, says Polly. Here's your red line, Polly. Let's see if we can get you below this red line with Corley. Corley is right. you are in the head-to-head. And that goes down to 7. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 8.
Yes, Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley. She came from Australia, won 7 Grand Slam singles titles. She won her second Wimbledon title in 1980, becoming the only mother to do so for over 60 years. Good on her.
Good on her. Thank you very much indeed, Anita. Now, Jane, you are on 36. You have to score 36 or less with your answer to get into the head-to-head.
Well, it's not
What are you thinking?
Not a good round for me.
Ah.
Going to have a bit of a curveball.
Good.
I'm going to go for Chris Evert-Lloyd.
Everett Lloyd, says Jane. Here is your red line. Shall we see if we can get you below that red line with Everett Lloyd? Everett Lloyd is right. Gets you through. Look at that, down goes to 19. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 55.
Yes, well played there, Jane. Chris Evert won 18 Grand Slam singles titles. She won at least 1 Grand Slam singles title a year for 13 years straight between 1974 and 1986. Good answer. There were loads of pointless answers, so let's have a look at some of them. Victoria Azarenka, Marion Bartoli, Kim Kleisters, Anna Ivanovic, Svetlana Kuznetsova, Hanna Mantlikova, Sam Stosur, Iga Swiatek, and Caroline Wozniacki. Well done if you got any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Anita. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to our next pair. It's our new pair, Helen and Phil. It's been lovely having you with us. You'll be back next time, and I think you'll be able to take it much further next time. We'll look forward to that. But for now, thank you very much for playing, Helen and Phil. For the remaining 2 pairs, though, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Helen and Jane, Polly and Ian. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. Now, before we play the head-to-head, we give you a little opportunity to throw some more money into that jackpot by seeing if you can find a couple of pointless answers. So here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many variations of Sudoku as they could. Anita.
Yes, you'll see 6 options. 4 are types of the puzzle game Sudoku, 2 of which are scoring and 2 are pointless, and 2 are not variations of Sudoku at all. £250 in the jackpot for each pointless answer.
Thank you very much indeed. So here are 6 potential pointless Sudoku variations. Can you find the genuine pointless answers? I give you these. Wordoku, Puccini's Sudoku, Battenberg Sudoku, Miracle Sudoku, Jeremy Doku, and Anti-Night Sudoku. Does anybody know anything?
I think there's Wordoku.
I think the top one.
I think Jeremy Doku sounds a bit dodgy.
Yes, I think it sounds like
Yes.
a play on somebody's name.
OK, so Helen and Jane, what are you going to go for?
Go for it. We're going to go for Battenberg.
Battenberg.
We like the cake.
Battenberg Sudoku. Let's find out if that is a pointless Sudoku variety. It is Sudoku. And it's a pointless Sudoku, so very, very well done indeed. A love of cake leading you to the correct answer. Now, Polly and Ian.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
What do you think?
Yes.
what Puccini Sudoku would be if it wasn't really Sudoku, what the trick would be
Let's
to it.
go for that.
We'll go for it anyway. Puccini Sudoku.
Puccini Sudoku. Should we see if that is a pointless Sudoku variety? No, bad luck. Anita.
Yeah, not a Sudoku. There is a Rossini Sudoku, just not a Puccini Sudoku. You were right, Wordoku is absolutely a Sudoku. It would have got you 2. And Jeremy Doku is a Belgian footballer.
Yeah.
What about the other 2? One is pointless, one scores. Which is which?
Anti-Night Sudoku? I don't know.
Well, Anti-Night Sudoku is the pointless one. It's like a standard Sudoku, but even harder. Identical numbers cannot be a knight's move in chess away from each other. That's the L shape in chess. And Miracle Sudoku adds challenging chess-themed restrictions to an almost empty grid. A proper brain teaser. And that would have scored 1.
Terrifying. Thank you very much indeed, Anita. And well done, you managed to find 1 pointless answer, so we can add £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,250. But who'll be playing for it? Well, let's find out in the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Here is our first question, and it is all about potato dishes. Anita.
Right, we're going to show you 5 images of dishes in which potato is a main ingredient. We're also going to give you the initials of each dish. Please tell us the name of the dish you think the fewest of our 100 knew.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 potato dishes, and here they come. A, S-A. B, P. C, G. D, PD. And E, C. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Now, Helen and Jane, you're our low scorers. You get to go first.
Do you know it?
No.
No. What one then? B.
Yeah.
We're going to go B for Poussin.
Poussin, say Helen and Jane. Now then, Polly and Ian, can you talk us through that board?
Did you know what C is?
Yes.
It's
Gnocchi. We'll go for C.
You're going to go for gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi. So we have Poussin and we have gnocchi. Helen and Jane went for Poussin for B. Let's see how many of our 100 said Poussin. Oh, not Poussin, which means, Polly and Ian, you merely have to be correct with gnocchi for C to win the point. Is gnocchi correct? Absolutely correct. Gnocchi scoring 54, but it's right. And therefore, it scores you the points. And after 1 question, you are up 1-0.
Yes. The highest score on the board, gnocchi. Poutine.
Oh.
Poutine is what you meant. It's Canadian, chips, gravy, cheese curd. I mean, what's not to love?
And so good for you as well.
Oh, really? Good for the soul every now and again.
Of course it is. Exactly right.
Let's work our way through the board. That would have scored 17. Can you get any of the others?
I think I can do sagaloo, which is
yes, delish. Absolutely, for 26.
I can do potato dauphinoise for D.
Very good, 28.
And what's E? Oh, yes, croquettes.
It's not croquettes.
Oh.
It's a Lithuanian dish called zeppelini or zeppelins because they are shaped like airships. Pointless answer.
Answer.
Well done if you got it.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, here comes your second question. Helen and Jane, you've got to win this one to stay in the game. Polly and Ian get first dibs on this, so good luck. Our second question is all about sea conditions. Anita.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 words that are used to describe the surface of the sea or types of wave, but we've arranged the letters in alphabetical order. Please put the letters back into their original order and tell us the word that you think the fewest of our 100 people knew.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are going to give you these 5 sea conditions in alphabetized anagrams, and here they are. Ellor, Abmur, Elsw, Abiker, and Empsu. Polly and Ian will go first this time.
spume. It's spume.
Spume it is.
What's the B called?
I don't know. Shall we go for spume?
Yeah. Right. We'll go for the bottom one. We'll go for spume.
Spume, say Polly and Ian. Now then, Helen and Jane, can you talk us through that board?
Roller, top one. Not sure on the second. Swell, third one, and breaker for the fourth. And we're going to go for breaker.
Breaker. So we have spume versus breaker. Polly and Ian went for spume. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Spume. Spume is right. It's a good answer, Polly and Ian. Look at that. Down it goes to 10. Very well done indeed, 10 for spume. Meanwhile, Helen and Jane have gone for breaker, the one immediately above it. Let's see how many of our 100 said breaker. Breaker is also right. It's also a good answer. Down it goes to 28. Very well done indeed. Not good enough, though. Polly and Ian, after only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
Yeah, Helen and Jane, out of all the ones that you knew, that's actually the lowest scorer. The only one that would have seen you through is the one you didn't know, second one down, which is Bombora. It's a turbulent area of sea over a submerged reef. Pointless
Wow.
answer, yeah.
Oh, let's all use the word Bombora a lot.
Bombora.
I like that.
Let's work our way down the board. You spotted the top one. It is Roller, 35, and Swell, 54.
Thank you very much indeed, Anita. That brings us to the end of our head-to-head round. And it means we have to say goodbye to Helen and Jane, but only temporarily. We'll see you again next time and look forward to that very much. Meantime, thank you very much for playing, and you played brilliantly today. Helen and Jane, superb. For Polly and Ian, though, it is now time for the Pointless Final. Huge congratulations, Polly and Ian. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy.
Yay.
You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,250. This is your third show. Your timing could not be better. You've reached the summit of Pointless, just at the end of your Pointless careers, as it were. And I think £250 came from you, in fact, in the bonus round. So it'd be lovely if we could send that jackpot home with you. What do you want to see come up?
Ooh,
History, geography.
literature, plays,
Yeah.
music.
Perhaps some music,
but
if
not
it's
pop
not
music.
too new.
OK, well, listen, 4 things will appear. It sounds like you've got no end of specialist areas. Let's see what we can dangle in front of you today. 4 things as ever, and they are... people called James Caan, Irish folk music, mathematicians, and chapters in children's fantasy novels.
OK, I know one person called James Caan.
Yes, we know some Irish folk music.
Yes.
Mathematicians, chapters in children's fantasy novels.
That's
What do you
you.
think? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you want to go for then?
Go bottom one then.
Do you think so? You don't want to do Irish folk music?
No.
OK. Chapters in children's fantasy novels.
Chapters in children's fantasy novels it is.
We are looking for any word of 4 or more letters that appears in the title of any chapter in The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, or The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. We'll not accept any word that appears in the titles or subtitles of the novels themselves. So good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. If you find 3 pointless answers, we'll throw in a £500 bonus. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Let us put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
What do they call the place where they came from? The
Middle-earth.
The Squire.
It's the Shire.
The Shire.
Yeah,
Yes, so Shire.
because there's the beating of the Shire at the end.
Yes.
The first chapter in The Hobbit is something like an unexpected visitor.
Visitor.
They
Or
also...
is it visit?
No, well, unexpected would be
Right,
good,
yes,
wouldn't it?
OK.
Also, there's... he goes into Shelob's lair, but I don't know whether that's the name of that's where he finds the ring.
Shelob.
Shelob would be one. And I don't know about The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, unless it has the names of them, like Lucy and Edward, if they do that. But if we stick with The Hobbit,
Those 3.
so what are we going to go with?
We've got
Unexpected.
Shire. Unexpected, and the name.
Shelob.
Shelob. Yeah.
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 OK, you happy? Should we stop the clock?
Yeah.
There we are. Stop the clock. They need no more time. What 3 answers can you give me?
So we're going to do Shire,
Shire,
because I think there's the beating of the Shire at the end. And then there's Shelob, the
Shelob,
spider, and
Unexpected.
unexpected. And all of these are from that first category?
The Hobbit,
Indeed.
yes. Yeah.
OK. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Shelob.
Shelob.
Shelob goes last. Least likely to be pointless?
Unexpected.
Unexpected.
Chapter.
And Shire goes in the middle.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order. And here they are. Unexpected, Shire, Shelob. They look like great answers. Wouldn't it be lovely if one of these turns out to be pointless and wins that jackpot for you? If that were to happen, you would be leaving here with £1,250. What would you like to do with that? Polly, I'm going to ask you first.
I would quite like to be able to go to a charity auction and use the money to bid for something.
That'd be fun, because amazing things get auctioned off at charity things, don't they? And you think, oh, I'd love that. Yeah, a number of times you just have to sit on your hands. Ian, how about you?
Well, just a little bit for a celebratory meal, I think.
I think that'd be a nice thing. Well, maybe that's the thing you could bid on in the charity
Oh,
auction.
yes, indeed. Good idea.
Yes, a meal for two somewhere lovely. Now, well, let's put these to the test. In all three cases, we are looking for words of 4 or more letters in the titles of chapters in The Hobbit. Your first answer is unexpected. Shall we find out how many of our 100 people said unexpected? It's right.
Oh, gosh.
I think you knew it was right. We just have to hope it goes all the way down. It was overlooked by our 100 when they tried to remember these words. £1,250 is yours. If this is pointless, down we go with unexpected to 4. Okay, 4. Your next answer is Shire. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Shire? Oh.
Must be Lord of the Rings.
Not beating the Shire, must be Lord of the Rings. There we are, an incorrect answer. Let us move swiftly on to Shelob. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Shelob. This was your most confident answer, the one you hoped would be pointless. £1,250 is yours if this is pointless. Oh, no! I'm so sorry.
Oh, right.
Well, I'm afraid you didn't manage to find the all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win the jackpot today, but you do win today's pointless trophy. So very, very well done for that, Polly and Ian.
Oh, bad luck. I'm gutted for you. Shelob's Lair and the Scouring of the Shire were chapters in Lord of the Rings, not in The Hobbit. But let's have a look at some pointless answers, starting with The Hobbit. You could have had barrels, from barrels out of bond. Bond was also pointless. Mutton, roast mutton and roast, also pointless. Spiders, flies and spiders. Flies was also pointless. Thief, a thief in the night, and night was also pointless. The other pointless answers were burst, clouds, doorstep, gathering, home, information, inside, into, last, lodgings, queer, stage, warm, water and welcome. And moving on to words of 4 or more letters in the titles of chapters in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, here are some pointless answers you could have had. Battle, Peter's first battle. Dawn, deep magic from the dawn of time. Spell, the spell begins to break. Triumph, from the triumph of the witch. The other pointless answers were about, after, back, beavers, before, begins, break, deep, deeper, dinner, first, forest, from, happened, house, hunting, nearer, Peters. Side, stag, I'll just carry on. Statues this time, witches and with. Well done if you got any of those at home. The big scorers were Aslan, Lucy, White, Turkish, Delight and Edmund.
Thank you very much indeed, Anita, and thank you, Polly and Ian. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we shall be playing for £2,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Anita.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.